I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I am here to give y'all a review, and this time it is on the Braxtons. So if y'all can hear the sound of my voice, let me know by putting your city, your state, your country, your island, wherever you are from, into the chat. That way I can make sure y'all can hear me, okay? And don't forget, this is a cookout, child, so come on in, everybody, come on in. I hope y'all are doing good. Let me put my face up here real quick. Let's see. Come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the chat. Child, I am maneuvering like 50 things over here. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Everything looks okay. What's up, Lansing? Nice to have you. South Carolina, North Carolina, New Jersey. What's up? What's up, Mississippi? Listen, y'all, I've been trying to keep an eye on what's going on out there in Jamaica. What's up, St. Louis? Nice to have you. I've been trying to keep an eye on what's going on out there in Jamaica. I have been following Chloe from Heart and Hustle, and she had a wedding there. And so she is one of the people that is still on the island. They've already taken shelter. She's given like updates. So I've been paying attention to what's going on over there. What's up, Texas? What's up, Dallas? What's up, Nashville? Let's see, Nashville, Tennessee. What's up, North Carolina? Y'all, it's been a day. It's been a day, but I'm happy to be here with all of y'all. Okay, so come on in. Y'all know how we do over here. It is the cookout, child. It is the cookout. Today, we got a spades game going on. Y'all see it up there, though. Don't try me, sticky fingers. If y'all have been following me on this episode, on this season of Braxtons, and look, we're only on the 3rd episode. In the 1st episode, I told y'all that Towanda was a sticky fingers. I told y'all that. I said she had gotten herself in some trouble with some checks and things with her mama, with Tony, and the way that Towanda presented in that very 1st season a few years back. She was supposed to be the stable one. She was supposed to be the one that everybody could trust with their secrets. Tony said that she was her assistant. Baby, the way Tamar called this girl out, oh my goodness. Come on in. Let's see. You are coming from Maryland. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so yes, literally called her out in this episode, call her Sticky Fingers, okay? Towanda Sticky Fingers Braxton, baby. And we are going to talk about that and everything else. Come on in. You brought in the red Kool-Aid. Okay, girl. We do like our red Kool-Aid over here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, this is a cookout, child. I told y'all I have Kung Fu Kenny. He's over there at the cards game. He's going to be at a lot of places, okay? He's keeping an eye on everything. He's at the cards game right now, so if you wanted to play spades, he is also over there on the grill, okay? And now we got the red with lemon, which is absolutely delicious. It probably has the right amount of sugar and everything, okay? So come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the cookout, child, while we get to this episode of the Braxtons. Okay. Let's get it cranked. Let's get it started. Listen, y'all know that it keeps opening up with this dinner party, or the sisters are at dinner, right? So every episode, they literally start with it and end with it. And then we just get little bits and pieces before they, rewind us back to 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, whatever the case may be. So it's, leading up to the big blowout. But in this particular episode, it opens with Tamar screaming about, listen, which one of you hoes gave this, what do you call them? A process server my address. Y'all would have had to give him my address. And the sisters are confused, or at least they want us to think they're confused, right? Because I bet you somebody knew. And Tamar says it. First of all, Trina said, I didn't send anybody a cease and desist. It wasn't me. And then you see, come on in. Welcome, 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 y'all. Hit my like button and share this video. Let me stick my little sign up here. Hype me up. Hit the like button, share the video, all the things, all the things. But Tamar said, listen, Heifer, even if you didn't send it yourself, you damn sure know who did send it. You know who sent it. I want to know who did it. And if y'all don't care enough about me to send strangers to my damn house, at least care about my son, because this is some bullshit, okay? So Tamar is going after them. This is like the little entry. Come on in. Welcome, you guys. And then she says, hold on, child. Towanda said, I don't even know where you live. Okay, so Tawanda's being smart, a complete smart ass. But she goes, I didn't send it. I don't even know where you live. She was like, you're right, you don't. Because you don't come over there anyway. But I know where you live. I know where you live because I put the down payment on your house. And then she said, and, okay, Towanda gulps hard after she said, I know where you live. Tawanda's like, bitch. She looked like she wanted to spit on Tamar. Trina makes a face like, oh, Lord. And then Tamar said, and you've been stealing off my credit cards, and you've been stealing off my damn credit cards for years, okay? So Tamar is the first to bring up on screen that Towanda is a thief. Tamar is the first to bring it up. And I have to say, I think that at this point, nobody likes Towanda. I don't think Tony likes her. Hell, Trina might not even like her that much. Towanda is too busy hating and hiding her hands. Yeah, I think Towanda has been covered for so long. She's played it safe for so long because literally all of this shit that they're talking about Towanda doing now is all stuff that happened before that very first run of the Braxtons with Tracy came on. All of that was already out there. I had Googled it and saw it, but everybody was acting like Towanda was a class act. She was a stand-up person. You realize what happens when you get to act like you Miss Goody Two-Shoes all the fucking time and all these people got dirt on you and you forget that all these people got dirt on you. That's what's happening to Towanda right now. Towanda had no idea that her sister was going to bust her out like that. None. And she swallows hard. And now she's like, bitch, gloves are off. Now she's like, the gloves are off. And she says to Tamar, you didn't steal anything? Didn't you steal something? And Tamar said, what I steal? I don't steal. Okay. And she said, yeah, you do. Okay. You stole your sister's man. You have slept with men that Tony has slept with. Now, a lot of people thought she said Birdman in the beginning, but she did not say Birdman. I don't know who she said, but those lips didn't say Birdman. Tamar says it at the end, but she didn't. Anyway, Tamar's like, no, I never did that. You will lie. Tamar stands up and swats this glass of water at Towanda, who looked exactly like Kojak in that entire scene. I was like, why do you really look like Telly Savalas, like a black female Telly Savalas in the scene? Come on in. Towanda is being exposed, and she is big mad that everyone sees her as a snake that Tracy had called her. And I'm telling y'all, this is the craziest part, and you're right. But look how covered Towanda has been this entire time. Never would you have thought that Towanda, out of all of the sisters, was the dirtiest of the sisters. You know what I'm saying? Tamar gets whack-attacked all the time. Hell, Trina gets attacked for being a drunk. When Tracy was alive, they had their things to say about Tracy. Towanda was the one who really didn't get a whole lot of mud. She always played the victim and the person who supported everybody. And now she's being brought out here as a person who is the backstabber, the one who likes to move the pieces, the puppet master. And she's a thief. She stole from her own mama, allegedly. But she does have some mug shots out there. And Tamar said, bitch, you done stole from everybody, including me. You still stealing from me. Just like you did mommy, just like you did Tony, just like you did your landlord you owe $75,000 to. So Tamar is putting all of Tawanda's dirt out there. Tawanda's never gotten this level of ugly before. Not in my opinion. But anyway, after Towanda said, bitch, you didn't stop there slurping on Tony's man, okay? You didn't slurp Tony's man's oyster, because that's how it actually started. Tony said that she can't eat oysters. And they asked her why. And she said, because of the slime. Then Tamar said, don't you got a man? And she was like, what does having a man got to do with it? She was like, if you got a man, then you enjoy slime, boo. Well, Towanda says that Tamar was enjoying some man that Tony was dating or used to date. She said that she used to enjoy his oysters. Okay, come on in. Welcome to the chat. Anyway, after Tamar smacks that glass of water, Tony gives a look like, how the hell did me and mine get in it? I don't even know what this is about. In fact, Tony looks at the camera crew and puts her hand up and said, stop, like, don't film this. And I'm sure somebody was over there like, baby, this film is not turning off, okay? We're going to keep it going. She is being financially supported by the one she is trying to throw under the bus, biting the hand that feeds you. Are you talking about Towanda? Y'all, if you are a fan of the Braxtons like I am, think about it. Towanda has never been given any shit. She has always been like the stand-up model sister. Always. Always. Tony's assistant, always trying to get all the girls together. This is a new look at Towanda. Anyway, Tamar makes a comment like, well, actually, she looks over at Tony and she said, why would I be with your man? Why would I want to be with your man? And then she says to Tony, do you think I effed Birdman? That's when Tony pops out of her seat. That's what it looks like in the scene anyway. But she said, do you think I Birdman? I don't know why she would turn a fight that was between her and Towanda onto Tony, but she came after Tony. And Tony jumps up and said, you better not. You better not, right? And you're going to see, actually, I think Tony pushes Tamar and she pushes Trina. Come on in, come on in. When Towanda shoved her head, when she shaved her head, her sneakiness came out, baby. I think that after the sister passed, sometimes this happens. You lose a family member and all of a sudden people start talking because you realize, life is short. Whatever those fucking secrets are, they start pouring out. Come on in. Welcome, you guys. Nice to have y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Okay. Somebody brought in some Kool-Aid. I don't know who got the baked beans, who got the potato salad. Y'all know I keep the grill going, me and Kenny. So y'all don't have anything to worry about with that. Okay. But come on in. We are talking about the Braxtons. Anyway, that's basically how the scene ends, with Tony Braxton saying, don't F with me. Don't you F with me. That's the opening scene. And then it flashes back to 2 weeks earlier. Okay. So now we are 2 weeks earlier and we see Trina flying back home from the bachelorette party that was in Mexico. And so she's running home to her husband, Vaughn, who had, told her that he thought he had congestive heart failure. So he's explaining everything that went down in her absence. And he said, listen, I've been feeling sick. I really didn't want you to miss your sister's bachelorette party. I knew that if I told you I was sick, you wouldn't go. So I wanted to make sure that you was on the plane, child. And when I dropped your ass off at the plane, I headed over to urgent care. He said he started telling urgent care his symptoms, which was when he lays down, he can't breathe. He does not have any ability to take in air or breathe out air. And they told his ass to get over to emergency stat. Once he got to emergency, he said that they basically told him he had 30 pounds of fluid on his lungs and heart. And that was what was causing the problem, him not being able to breathe. And the doctor told him, if you wouldn't have come here today and you would have went back home and drank 2 or 3 beers, whatever his nightly routine is, because Vaughn drinks as much, if not more, than Trina. And we know Trina loves to drink. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So he said that they ended up seeing all this water around his lungs and around his heart, and then they drained him. And he said of 30 pounds of water. He said, I weighed in at 309. I weighed in at 309. And he said that he left the hospital at 279. So Trina is sitting there stumped, like, you got to be lying to me. I'm surprised that they let him out the hospital. Personally, I mean, isn't that how you get like pneumonia and, all those other things? I don't know. But he ended up saying they let him out the hospital, and that they gave him medication, and they told him that he needed to change his diet and his lifestyle immediately. He had 90 days to do it. And if he does not show marked improvement, when he comes back to the doctor in 90 days, then he has to do surgery. That's what he tells his wife. And she's like, listen, this is not about you anymore. And he was like, I'm sorry. She said, yeah, you better be, bitch. Okay. She said, this is not about you. This is not about me. We got kids. You cannot be, going to the hospital by yourself, having me in a whole nother country, and not tell anyone that you're damn it sick, laying down and not breathing. Like, do you really think I can handle anything else? I don't want anyone else to die around me right now, right? Which is all the things that you would say. You want to be empathetic and, take care of your partner. But at the same time, he could have had a heart attack on the drive to the airport. Like, that is a lot of water on your lungs and on your heart. Anyway, that's what he tells her. And she is completely like stumped. Like, who are you right now? I don't even know who you are. But anyway, after all of that happens, we'll see what happens next. Anyway, now we get to see Tony. Hey, what's up, Deshonda? Come on in. Let's see. She's cooking unhealthy food for him. Hold on. For Sean, I don't know if you see the lives that him and Trina do. Even if she cooks healthy food, he doesn't care. He is a heavy drinker. Allegedly, but it looks like it to me. And he likes to eat outside of the house. Okay. It looks like he probably eat 4 or 5 meals outside of the house before he comes into the house. He said he was 309 pounds when he went to the hospital. I don't know. Anyway, now we have Tony. She is at rehearsal for a performance that she has coming up. And she says that her health has slowed her all the way down. Y'all know she had a tour over there in Vegas that she had to stop performing. And she says she's had to learn how to do everything all over again, how to breathe, all this stuff because of her heart. And she also has lupus. So she's there just, giving the audience really the what fors about her life right now, how she's handling herself. But she said at the end of the day, she is being pulled in way too many directions, and she doesn't know how to balance everything. She says she feels bad because she had missed the bachelorette party for Towanda. She doesn't want to miss her shower though. So she's trying to get herself in a place where she can go to all the things. But I'm like, baby, if I was you, because Towanda, I mean, this isn't her first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? She might want to say this is her first ceremony, but all the same, who gives a shit? You're much older. You need to slow your ass down. And I'm not rushing or hurting myself for anybody. I'm sorry. It just isn't going to happen. But this is what she is, that's her quandary at the moment. Come on in. That man eating, drinks whatever he wants. And Trina, she's, baby, we're going to find that out in a next scene. But yes, he absolutely does. And sometimes I see Trina like, only take half. Don't eat the whole thing, Vaughn. Eat half. And he'll be like, he smacks her out the way. Give me my full burger. Okay. In fact, give me 3 of them. I don't know if she has stress of the show. I think she is stressing herself out thinking she has to make all of these appointments with Towanda. Toni Braxton is very much the type of person who will tell you, I will not be there. Just like the bachelorette party. I'm not coming. Don't go. That's what I say. But Towanda is giving people a guilt trip slightly. I don't think she gives a shit if they're there or not, but I think that's what she's doing for the cameras. But anyway, after she does all of that, she says she's still going to make her sister shower. Probably not. Then we get a scene with Tamar, who goes to visit T.S. Madison at his podcast, her podcast. And they basically just rehash the family business, specifically Ashley. So Tamar's trying to promote the show and things. And then Tamar lets him know, listen, I don't like your co-host. And he doesn't like me, but I just want you to know the shit that he says about me on this here podcast, I'm not down with it. I'm not cool with it. T.S. Madison gives her a look like, well, kick me out of it. You didn't have to bring that shit up here. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you didn't have to bring that shit up here. And then she said, well, I just want you to know, one of the things that he said that pissed me off is that my family is addicted to drama. And she said, at the end of the day, everybody is just trying to figure it out. Everybody's just trying to find their own way. He gives us way too much heat. And T.S. Madison was just like, I'm hands off on this. But y'all played it. So yeah, Tamar said, you want to embarrass me on the airwaves? I'm going to embarrass your ass on these same airwaves. Okay? So Tamar said, I don't care. You're my friend, but that mother ain't. And I just want you to know, both of y'all can keep my name out your mouth. Okay? Anyway, moving on, let's talk about Towanda, who is being a whole bridezilla. Towanda is being a whole bridezilla in these streets. She said to her assistant that she needs him to get this special order dress in lavender. Her colors are lavender and chocolate. Why? Why would your colors be lavender and chocolate? This is her wedding colors. She is at the store, though, to buy the dress. And she's supposed to do her fitting. Though, whoever this person is, I don't know if it's a wedding planner or not, but he tells her, listen, what do we got? 3 months, 4 months to get this dress? And she said, months, days. We got a few days to get this dress. And my bridesmaid still has to be fitted. So he's looking at her like, this heifer, this heifer here. He's not saying it, but his eyes are saying it like, I'm okay with you firing me. You know what I'm saying? Don't be giving me these impossible tasks. Okay, Kojak, Tony Savalas, absolutely not. I don't give a shit. If you don't care about what you look like, why should I? Anybody else would have taken the time to make sure that this was a couple of months out, but you're giving me a few days to find a dress that is special fitted for you. I don't know if I can do it. So he's like, listen, I'm literally going to have to call the manufacturer to get you a lavender dress with a special colored beading on it. And Bridezilla said, yeah, that's right. Yeah, what's the problem? Let them know it's for me and do what you're supposed to do. So he walks out the scene. He tells her, we got a couple of dresses for you. Anyway, then Bridezilla ends up crying to her mama. She said that she's really upset because her sisters are not there for her the way she's been there for them over the years. And she starts giving her mom the spiel. And her mother's like, I understand, baby. Yeah, I get it. And she went, have you thought about maybe rescheduling the wedding? Because now her mama's saying it too. Like, girl, you was in a whole car accident. You still got the cast on your arm. Now your sisters can't be there for you. You complaining about it. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. You know how the old folks do. Maybe this is a sign to sit your ass down. This is what the signs are. You got hit by a car, your tooth came out, you broke your wrist in 5 places, child. Maybe you're not supposed to have this wedding right now. And Towanda said, absolutely not. I am never rescheduling this wedding. We are moving forward. And Mama E said, cool. You know what I'm saying? I clearly raised an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to get into the middle of that. It is what it is. When you raise a fool, you just got to accept what you get. I accept. Okay. And nobody complains. This is what I mean when I say that nobody gives Towanda shit. If this was anybody else, they would have all been like, well, don't you really think? But nobody's going to say that for Towanda. Tawanda's slightly crazy too, period. Come on in. Welcome to the chat, you guys. 117 of you are here, and I appreciate that. Please hit my like button, share the video, and hype me up. We are on the 3rd episode of the Braxtons, okay? Anyway, now let's move forward. And also let me say that those dresses, I should have put this in the chat, but I need y'all to vote. If y'all liked Tawanda's wedding dress, let me know. Put a 2 in the chat if you like the dress. Put a 4 in the chat if you did not like the dress, okay? 2, dress was beautiful. 4, dress was horrendous. Because I told y'all, she put those videos out in the pictures of the wedding. Towanda walks down the aisle with a bald head, and her fiance, now husband, walked down the aisle with a lace front. With a lace front. Why? Why would you do that? Oh my God, that wedding was a joke. And y'all are saying that you didn't like the dress. Okay. I was curious. I'm just asking. It was a horrible dress to me too. I was like, girl, if you special made that hideous ass dress, you said your number is a 5 for hell no. Hell to the no. Okay. She gave an extra number on that, child. 4. I don't care about her hair, but the dress was horrible. I don't care about her hair either. My only reason why I mentioned it is because if you're going to kiss a man with a lace front on, okay, where's Denzel at? Thank you, Denzel. This was my face when I saw that motherfucker walk down the aisle with a lace front. I said, baby, no. Baby, absolutely not. Girl, why? How did you do it? That was crazy. Okay, that was crazy work. I agree. Come on in, minus the deep split. Okay, so Lady Lucy said that minus the deep split, she would have liked it, okay? Child. I was making the same face. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? He had on a lace front and he cut it and had edged out the sides and everything, tapered it down. Child was ugly. Those two are weird. That's what I was looking for. Because I said the same thing. I said, Towanda and this man got something extra going on. And I don't know listen, I don't want to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Keep us out of it. But y'all have already shared too much about yourselves. This I want to go away. Those are wedding pictures. Those are wedding pictures. He should have come down as his authentic self, not with that bullshit on. Sorry. It's a no for me. Maybe that's why she chose lavender for her lavender marriage. You might be onto something. Allegedly, you might be onto something. Let's see. He's trying to give her a hint to put a wig on. He doesn't want both of them to be bald. I think he might have had to sit under the dryer too. She's a weird one. He settled for her. Oof. Anyway, gut punch. Yeah, between that and then her little baby, who I'm not going to talk about the baby. Baby's always cute. I don't care. But damn, Towanda, fix it. Fix it. That's a lot. And again, this is from somebody who always wanted people to see her as being a very straight-laced person. There's nothing straight-laced about what's going on this season. It's a hot-ass mess. But anyway, now we are at Trina's house. Trina is in the kitchen, child. She got all the food out the refrigerator, all the food out the pantry. It's laid across the counter, and she is going through and checking what has too much sugar, what's going to, make her husband even more sick, because that is an immediate change he has to undergo, an immediate diet and lifestyle change. So she's doing the work, not him. But she's going through and she's tossing shit. And he happens to come down into that kitchen and he's like, what you doing? What are you doing? And she said, listen, we're both going to go through this journey together, babe. Okay. You got to change your diet. And so I'm going to go through here. We can still eat good food because I can throw. I'm a definitely going to cook good food, but we got to throw some of this shit out. In fact, we got to throw all of it out. Okay. So grab me a garbage bag. And he's like, listen, I don't know if we have to throw out everything. We just need to make some modifications. She was listening, but she's like tossing the stuff into the bag until she get to them damn apple fritters. When she picked up them apple fritters, he said, hold your, whoa, what you doing? She said, it gotta go. He went, no. He said, absolutely not, Trina. Do not throw them fucking apple fritters out. Then he said, I will eat one a week. I will slow it down. I'll eat just one. But we are never going to throw out the apple fritters. When he did this, hold on. When he did this, I was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I know he does not eat at home. I know he eats at McDonald's, then he stops over at the Burger King, and then he hits Popeyes, and then he goes home and asks Trina, what is she cooking? Because Trina, if y'all have been paying attention, Trina done went and got her hair, since it's filmed, Trina went and got her hair sister locked. She has lost a couple of pounds. Vaughn hasn't. Vaughn is still big as hell. Okay. Come on in. What the hell? Let's see. Please go and find her. Oh, this is something I did not know. Please go and find her. I guess it's an episode called Starting Over with Ayanla back in the early 2000s. And you're going to see that Towanda was struggling with Tony being famous. No one has brought this up. I never saw that. I've never seen that. But I do know that when they came on the show the first time, you can tell that they all made a pact to cover Towanda, to make it seem like she was the upstanding sister because she had some shit going on in her life. And I do know that her ex-husband, Andre, threatened to tell it because one day when they were fighting bad, he was like, Towanda, please, your entire life is a lie. Your entire life is a lie. The show, the bullshit you got going on with your sisters, don't play with me. Okay. Who she steal from? Allegedly, she stole from Miss E. She stole some checks and was writing herself some checks. And I think they said it was over 100K, allegedly. They also said that she stole from Tony when she was an assistant. If that's true, I don't know if she was an assistant after that. And there was some outside people, like a landlord or something, that she had taken some money from. So I'm definitely going to go back and look at that episode. Yes, but anyway, he tells Trina dead ass, don't throw them fucking apple fritters away. I don't care what else you throw away, but them apple fritters stay in the house. If those apple fritters go, I go. Okay, that's how serious he was. I will divorce you before I give up my apple fritters. Okay, Vaughn is not trying to lose weight, not that I could tell at all. Oof. Towanda slept with Tony's ex too. So yes, I saw all over social media that it was actually Towanda. So when Tamar makes the comment, you slept with the man, and I can prove you slept with Tony's man, they actually said that that was true. Yuck. Okay, yuck. Anyway, moving on. Now we get a scene that is just production, and production is trying to get ready at a location they're going to film at for Toni Braxton. They're waiting for her to come in so they can film the scene. And I think it's supposed to be with Towanda, but Tony ends up giving the showrunner a call and said, listen, I got to take my, I'm going to take a plane into Atlanta instead, because her mother is in the hospital. And so they're like, cool, we'll just refilm the scene. Anyway, it looks like Towanda, again, she's just pretending I'm gonna say pretending, because based on the scene we saw, I don't think that Towanda wants to be upstaged by her sister at her wedding. So if Tony isn't there, I think that will make her feel fine. If Tamar isn't there, I think that will make her feel fine. I think she would only be okay if it was a Trina. I really do, because she feels like maybe she's better than Trina. That's what it's giving. Come on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. Hit my like button and share this video. I agree with you. Towanda can kick rocks with no socks, okay? Because Towanda uses people. Who paid for the wedding? I don't know. I would think that maybe since she was hell bent on having the wedding while those cameras were rolling, I'm gonna think that the person paying for it was the show. I think she probably wrote it in so that we took care of the wedding, because she refused the bachelorette party, everything. She got hit by a car and she said, I'm still going to Mexico. That means the show's picking up the bill, not her. She wrote it in and she knows she might not get a second season or a third season. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. That's what it was giving. But anyway, now we are at the hospital. And Tamar said that she had a prayer with her son. She said, every night we do our prayers. And she said this particular night, she is praying with her son, Logan. And Logan said, God, please take care of my grandma. She's going into surgery for heart surgery tomorrow. And Tamar said, say what? And he said, yeah, grandma got heart surgery tomorrow. So she ends up calling her mother to see what was going on. And she flew out to the Atlanta area, child, and her mama went to get dye into her tubes or her heart to see if any blockages were there. And it was. She had to do an emergency stent. Okay. Come on in, Cincinnati, Ohio. Welcome, 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 child. I don't know why she didn't wear a wig and her husband has on a lace front. Yeah. I don't know. Every time I see Towanda bald headed in my mind and her husband with a wig on, child, it blows me. It blows my mind. But Miss E is in the hospital, okay? And when I tell y'all, Tamar and Evelyn are the exact same. Evelyn is laying in this bed asleep, and Tamar and Trina are sitting there. You can tell that they've probably been there all day. They got on jogging suits, hair, any kind of way with a baseball cap on. They just want their mama to be good. You know what I'm saying? But somebody slapped on some red lipstick. Somebody slapped some red lipstick on E and made sure that that wig was on, because I don't think you can take your wig into surgery. I think they make you put them those hair nets on, right? So she is sitting there with that damn wig on and her lips completely red. It looked like the brick, like a brick red color. And she is asleep. Come on in. Welcome, Cincinnati or New York. You're in New York. Anyway, when she wakes up, she looks over and she's completely disoriented, okay? She's not expecting to see her kids there. They got the blankets up to her neck. She looks around. She go, where am I? And they're like, you're in the hospital, mama. You just had surgery. And she looks around because there's also the camera crew. So she looked fake asleep, child. I don't know, because her voice was heavy as hell. It sounded like she just woke up. I was like, y'all didn't give her no coffee or nothing? She sound like hoarse. Okay. She was like, where am I? Where am I? They was like, you at the hospital. She was like, looking around, still didn't say anything. Tamar goes, mama, you just had heart surgery, blah, 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 blah. She's still confused. Then she says, mama, she starts laughing. They start laughing because they know that she's confused by the cameras. She said, mama, you don't know that you're on the famous show? She said, I'm on a famous show? She said, yeah, you've been on a famous show for 12 years. Then she said, you got famous daughters. She said, who's famous? Which one of y'all hoes is famous? She doesn't even know. I actually thought that this was real. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She said, who's famous? They start telling her that. And then she said, mama, the people here is for the show. They're here to help you film. She said, do I look good? Tamar said, hell yeah, you look good, child. You got your lipstick on and everything. You know better. And she said, well, then if I look good, The only thing I want is some food because I don't give a shit about anything else. Where's the food, child? I'm hungry. Tamar started reading off that list from the menu, and she looked like I don't want that shit either. Somebody go out and get me some Popeyes, okay? Yes, the anesthesia did not wear off yet. You can definitely tell that she was just a little disoriented. I think she knew she was getting the procedure, but when she woke up, she just wasn't expecting what she saw. Sometimes that happens. Come on in. Welcome, Atlanta. I appreciate you. Do role play come to mind with Towanda and her husband? You're giving me too much, Gloria. I don't want to think about it. I don't. But anyway, I thought that was a cute scene. She perked up when she realized that she looked good and she had her lipstick on. But I said that is Tamar all day. That's exactly how Tamar would act. Why do you make fun of someone with a medical problem? So sad. Who has a medical problem? Tell me. Who do you think has a medical problem that I made fun of, girl? Or maybe you're talking to someone in the chat. I don't know. Anyway, now we are at home with Miss E. Miss E is at home, and y'all, she said she feels good. She said if you didn't tell her that she had surgery, she wouldn't even know she had surgery. Okay. She sure did. She did want some greens, ham hocks, fried chicken, a little cornbread, a little macaroni and cheese. Facts. Facts. Okay. But anyway, she's at home and she gets a phone call from her daughter first, from Towanda. And she tries to make Towanda feel good because she knows that nobody's feeling Towanda right now, child. So she's like, is your injuries okay? Okay, what can I do to make you feel better, baby? I'm happy you called me, but what can I do to make you feel better? You get ready for the wedding? I mean, she's the only one that seems super perked up anytime Towanda calls. Otherwise, nobody would give a shit. But then the rest of the girls come in and they start talking to her. Tony, she's happy to see him and everything, but Tony, Trina, and Tamar come in and they try to give her the business because that's what the kids do. Your mama, at some point in the life, the roles reverse and the kids become the mama becomes the kid. And they started telling her, girl, you knew you was sick. You knew you was going into the hospital. You knew you was in the emergency room, woman. What the hell? Call us and tell us what's going on so that we can be aware. We don't want to worry about you, right? And she ends up telling them, I'm grown as hell. I'm grown. I love y'all. I understand you're worried. But this is my business. It's my health. The same shit she's been saying to him for years. At the end of the day, I don't have to tell y'all shit. And if it was Logan who told you, look at God. Okay, look how God got the message to you because I don't have to tell y'all nothing. I think Miss E is hilarious. Okay, the sweet potato pie. Exactly. I don't have to tell y'all anything. And they end up shutting up because they know it's true. Don't forget the big hips. Who has big hips? Are you saying that Tawanda's man has big hips? Child, if he had big hips and a wig on, oh my goodness. I'm happy my eyes did not look at that. I don't think I'm going to avoid all video from this point forward. I don't want to see it. Anyway, after that goes down, it was a small scene. Now we're back at the dinner table, y'all. Now we're back at the dinner table. And it's just a rehashing of what they told us earlier in the scene, which is that Tamar tells them the actual legal document had the family lawyer's name on it. So I know one of you bitches did it. And I think Tony says, I don't even use the family lawyer. Towanda says something smart too, but that's how they basically end the scene. They just gonna keep rewinding that part. No, you know what? Just let everybody rock. I'm not going to block anybody because we're living into some dangerous times right now. And these URLs are very important because sometimes people got to, get a knock on the door from the authorities. So I don't care if these people are being stupid in the chat. Let them be stupid. That way because I am, a public figure on these blogs. If something happens, they'll go right to them. Okay. And y'all make sure y'all tell for me too. Y'all hear anything, say it was this day and this person did X, Y, and Z. Okay. Her man got big hips. Her man has big hips, Sean. And him and her are both weird. Okay. The family lawyer. That's exactly what they said. They said the family lawyer came up. She said the family lawyer signed the document. So right now, Tamar still is unaware that it's actually Mikey, the brother, who sent the cease and desist. If the stories online is true, it wasn't her sisters, it was her brother. And I don't know. I don't know if that's a surprise or a shock. Maybe the brother didn't want his daughter to talk about the sister that passed away. I don't know. But she was the one. Okay, come on in. Anyway, y'all, that's pretty much it. It wasn't a fast-paced episode. It was just, it kind of went along. But I know that the big talk is that Tamar was out with Birdman this weekend. Get him, girl. If you better know it, you better know it. Again, I told y'all, I think even last episode, Tamar is getting her lick back when it comes to Towanda. I think she feels that Towanda made her look like the spoiled sister, like the sister who's the one who told Ayanla that Tamar was abused as a child. Who was the one who told that story? Was it Tony or Towanda or Trina? I'm going to tell you, the videos that was coming out that was supposed to be Tamar showing that her and Birdman was cool and she's just a sister-in-law, I was like, bitch, guilty. You look guilty to me. That's what I mean, every scene, Tamar was grabbing that man's arm and she looked like she was barking at him when she was talking. I was like, girl, you're doing too much. No sister-in-law should be that close in your brother-in-law's face. Let that man live. He is a grown man. He's been famous. He does not require your help at all. The phone call that they made to Tony Braxton, also, it gave too much. Tony sitting there, and I think she was supposed to come on like, we all cool, but Tony throws her hand up and Tony doesn't have a ring on. She goes like this. And then Birdman was like, yeah, look at the ring. I'm like, bitch, there is no ring. There's no ring on that finger. There's no ring on any of the fingers. But she's flashing her hand like she got a ring on. I was like, girl, are you trying to tell us something? Anyway, I just thought she was doing too much. So Tawanda's the one who told Ayanla that Tamar was abused, or that Tamar said that she was abused. Towanda had no business doing that. And now it makes sense. This makes sense to me why Tamar said all gloves are off. Period. If they don't get counseling, this will be a never-ending saga. Well, they've had counseling multiple times. They went to ministers. I think they went to Bishop T.D. Jakes. I forgot who that other lady was, but there was 2 other women that are famous therapists, and one of them, or maybe both of them, had articles in Essence magazine. They had a weekly feature in Essence or Ebony magazine, and all of those ladies said, child, this family is sick. She said it. You guys have problems that you are not willing to get to the root of, and that all the sisters, y'all all play with each other's feelings. And I think she even said that the mother and the father, she was like, all of this stems from the 2 of you. Like, they have all been told about themselves at one point or another, and it just doesn't work out for them. Tamar is fed up and she is definitely getting her lick back. Facts. Trina was trying to be smart and correct Tamar, and the whole time Trina was quiet. Maybe she sent it. No, so Trina actually screams out when Tamar first says, which one of y'all sent me a cease and desist? Trina says, I never sent anyone a cease and desist. She immediately, she's the first to say it. Towanda, on the other hand, is like playing Inspector Gadget. Well, why do you think we sent it? Well, I don't even know your address. Bitch, wouldn't it be easier for you to just say, Tamar, I never sent you a cease and desist? Like, somebody might have sent it, but it wasn't us. Like, say that, but don't play those games. It tells me that she probably knew that the brother sent it and maybe even encouraged it, because that's the type of person she is. Um, you don't believe that Tamar meant any harm. Tony sent Tamar because Tamar fits the crowd. I think you're right. I think Tony said you should go. I also think that she wants these rumors to go away. She wants them to die down really quick. The episode aired, and she told Tamar, "Go on out there, girl. Make sure that you're seen, that you're filmed." She probably told both of them because she doesn't want people to talk about her and her husband like they're sharing men. And I don't blame her. I would. That's normal. That's a good thing to do. I think he's used to Tamar's antics. Yeah, I think Tamar was drunk. You can tell she was drunk. She was on the Henny. She was enjoying herself. And I think she just got caught up in the energy of things. Um, that's normal Tamar behavior. I agree. I had to watch the video like a couple of times. So I watched it probably 10 times and I kept thinking, Tamar, what are you doing? This actually makes it look worse. But I don't think that Tony believes that. And I do think that Tony said going out there because I want people to know that we're fine. I think that Tony and Tamar are probably the closest of the sisters. Even though Towanda did have access to Tony, and I know Tamar said her and Tony used to be closer, and then Towanda took her place. I think that Tony and Tamar are still the closest of the sisters, and I think that Trina and Towanda are close. But I feel like Trina and Towanda broke up just recently, because they used to come on live together, and now they don't even come on live together anymore. Tawanda's telling everybody's business. Absolutely. Michael Jr. is trying to protect his family and his professional standing, in my opinion. Okay, Lady Lucy, tell me his professional standing. I want to know. I want to know. He plays the background. He has a producer credit on the show. I think he even does camera, or he does something with the camera crew. His professional background is that show. But if he does something else, tell me, because I may not know. In fact, I don't. They're just not honest about their anger. It's some deep-seated stuff that's going on here. God himself is going to have to come down and straighten out these Braxton girls. Evelyn and Daddy are the cause of the dysfunction. Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. And just think about how far they've come. I mean, they never talked. They never talked. And when we see the Braxtons on the air, the Braxton girls actually said, we didn't talk to our daddy for years because of what he did to our mother. So they mix their relationship up with their father with the relationship with their mother. And they said that they thought they were being loyal to their mother by not talking to their father. There's so much shit that went down in that family. But for 10 years, that man was cheating with Evelyn's best friend in the church. And then when it became a problem, when the church says to the dad, listen, you're going to have to cut this fucking relationship off, or we're going to move you out of here. You can't be a minister at the church anymore. He chose this relationship. Remember, didn't Evelyn say that something like he broke down in therapy when they were trying to work it out? He went to therapy and said he wanted to keep his mistress. He started crying in the therapy session and said, I love her. I want to keep my mistress. Child, there's so much disgusting stuff going on in that family. Well, I won't say disgusting, but it is a lot of dysfunction. And I think that Evelyn was pissed, and I think she was bitter for many, many years. And I think that the girls carried it. And I think that that was part of the reason why they didn't really engage with Trina, because they thought that Trina should be on the mom side. Remember when Trina said, I think in that last season, she screams, you can hear her or like in a back room, she said, you never loved me, to her mother. Did y'all hear that? She gets into an argument. Her mother goes to the back to talk to her. And she said, "You're always taking her side." I don't know if it was Tamar or Towanda, but she said, "You're always taking her side. You never loved me. You never loved me." And I remember my heart like dropped, like, oh my God, they're on camera. They're on audio. Okay. They mic'd up. This envy between Towanda and Tamar goes back far. When Towanda was on a Yanla show in the early 90s, she shared that she was mad at Tamar for signing a record deal without her after Tony got her a deal. So it's all jealousy. Tamar has been saying that for years about her financially supporting Towanda when she was married to Vince. She did. That's true. She used to bring that shit up all the time. Your kids go to private school because of me. I take care of that house, right? You know, I take care of you, and you got Andre, a deadbeat with no job, living in the house that I pay for you and your kids. Girl, nasty work. Show did. Tony don't want no drama about the family coming her way. They demonized her for leaving the singing group, the Braxtons. Yet, listen, Tamar has a gift and she wanted to shine. She didn't want to be a background singer no more. She said, "I'm not doing the doo-wop bop, okay? I'm not a doo-wop bop singer anymore. I want to be in the front. I didn't marry Vince to sing background for you." Okay? Um, he's a nurse. Oh, okay. He's a nurse. Well, he's had some hard things happen in his life, but he has a famous family. So he has a famous family. He was a former, okay, so he's not a nurse anymore. Cool. Because I remember when Vince got sick, Michael Braxton Jr. had credits on the TV show. He had credits as part of the production. So they gave him a job on production, y'all. I don't think he was a nurse then, because I remember him coming from behind the scenes to sit with Tamar as a part of the family function. They were all at the hospital, and Tamar was begging everybody to stay. And I was like, no, they didn't bring Michael Braxton Jr. to the to the to the waiting room to sit with Tamar. Thank you, Angie. Hit my like button. Hit my like button. Tamar is now the big money maker of the family, and she takes care of her mother and father. And now we see her taking care of her siblings too. I'm going to go to a Tamar Braxton show the next time she has a local one. I do want to hear her sing. Um, I'm always shocked that that big ass voice comes out of that little body. Her and Tony Braxton, they're amazing. Um, yes, I do. The ding-a-ling a go. How did it go? He must have a ding-a-ling of gold. Yes, child. They embarrassed the hell out of Trina. I loved them when they were singing their little jingles and stuff. And does Tamar make money singing jingles, commercial jingles? I think she does. I think a lot of her money comes from commercial jingles. I promise y'all. Because remember, she would be singing at the piano, and Tony said, "Did you just make that up just now?" She said, "Yeah, just now." Just now. I made it up. Um, she sure did. But yes, y'all gave me my full hour over here on the YouTube, and I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Okay. Hopefully, we'll get the rest of this story. It'll come right out. The internet says that he's a songwriter. Okay, hold on. The internet says that Michael Braxton Jr. is a songwriter with a net worth said to be about 8 million. They might be exaggerating the 8 million part. I didn't know he was a songwriter, but I'm definitely going to look it up. I'm going to get these details together for y'all on Michael Braxton Jr., and then we'll talk about it again next week. But I think that Trina is okay. I think that Vaughn has money, and I think because he does something with tech. I don't know if he built an app or something, but he did something big with tech. So I think he's okay. But yes, Tawanda's being taken care of for sure. For sure. And even though they fight like this, they seem to come together when they need to, and they're still helping each other out. But it doesn't look like Tamar's gonna go to that damn wedding though. Tony was there, but uh-oh. Hold on. She said, "Child, the internet lied." Oh, yeah, I don't think so. I agree with you. I think Michael Braxton had a nice, quiet life somewhere, but when they decided to bring the show on air, he tried to stay out of it at first, and then he would come on and everybody be screaming, "Mikey!" They were all excited to see him. But then I think they started giving him a job in the back room. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I miss Tracy. And that little video clip that is going around where Tracy looks like she's about to jump on Towanda, and her husband keeps yanking her down every time she said, "Let me sit on." He would yank her back to the seat. I said, "Baby, Towanda is lucky," because Tracy was about to rip her to shreds. At one point, her husband pinches her. He like pinches her skin. You can tell because she goes, "Ooh." She's so pissed that she wanted to fight, but he was trying to keep her cool. But anyways, y'all, that's it. That's all. I appreciate you guys, okay? 185 of y'all came over today to join me at the cookout. And I'm going to tell you right now, I could look, I got my Denzel Washington up. I could not be more grateful, child. Let's go. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for bringing food, the red Kool-Aid and the ribs and the things. I appreciate that. Okay. Also, thank y'all to everybody who helped in the chat, telling people to hit the like button and share the video. Thank you for that too. It was great. I'm glad. I'm glad. I love coming in here with the fam and hanging out. Okay. I got another video that I got to get up for y'all tonight. Y'all will see it if you have been following the Sonia Massey trial. I have an update for y'all on that. So make sure that y'all watch and support, okay? Please and thank you. I have 2 videos up right now that is discussing the court case from last week, okay? So follow me, support me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. Damn, I see y'all, okay? I am so grateful that this community is growing, and I do all topics, okay? We talk about news, politics, we do reviews, commentary, the whole 9. So there's something for everybody, okay? But I have everything in a playlist in case you guys want to check on something specific. It's in the playlist. All you have to do is look for it, push the button, and it'll all come up for y'all. But outside of that, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hit the like button on your way out, please, and thank you. Follow me on all my platforms at DYANAROZAY. Hype me up. That's something new here on YouTube. Hype me up too, okay? I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.